Hi everyone, and welcome to Athens. Today I'm going to take you on a little tour of the Cobbham Triangle Park. This is on the corner of Cobb Street and Prince Avenue, and that large white house you see over there across the street is the Taylor Grady house. So if you've ever been to Athens, then that'll show you the bearings. As you enter the park here from Cobb Street, there are these beautifully made, handmade iron and brushed aluminum gates to the park. This is just a jewel of a park. This is just a tiny little triangle that for years sat vacant. But the local neighbors and community leaders decided to make a park out of this area. So there you see the bicycle racks as you enter the park. Here's a drinking fountain, which is pet friendly because the dog has their own little fountain there. And then over there's one of the benches in the park. Stan Mullins is a local sculptor, and he made these works here, these game pieces. This right here, this is all granite, solid granite. And here you can play chess or checkers, and they do always have the parts for those games sitting right here on these tables. There are two of those in the park. Actually, three of them, I'm sorry. And then this is a ping pong table. And this is just as nice also. And if I come over here, you can see that the metalwork for the net has the name of their little park on it right here for Cobbham Triangle. So now we're coming over here onto the other entrance. This right over here is the Prince Avenue entrance. I'll show you that mosaic here in detail in just a minute. But right outside the entrance here, I'll swing around and show you Prince Avenue. And then there's Taylor Grady House. And then here is the sign for the entrance for the Triangle Park. And then over here is the dedication plaque from the Historic Cobbham Foundation. Cobbham is one of our old historic neighborhoods in town. Just a lot of beautiful turn-of-the-century houses in here. It's a quaint little neighborhood. It's a walking neighborhood. It's close to downtown, so it's a great place to live. And then over here is the Mosaic. This really goes, it's actually in two sections. And the artist who did it is Krysia Ara. And let me just show you some of the features here on it. This part down here with the mirrored tiles, the word estuary is in there because that is where the river that flows through Athens ultimately empties out. And then you can see some of the other there, Altameha, Hopi, Canucci, Crescent, Tallapoosa. There you can see the names. There's a Savannah River that goes through Okmulgee, just down towards Macon. You can see the names of a lot of the other bodies of water that our river runs through on the way to the ocean. There's Hiawassee. That's way up in the mountains. And here, this is one of the things I wanted to show you too. Here's a quote from Eve Marie Carson, and anybody who knows her name knows how she was one of our early environmentalists. So this says, learn from every single being, experience, and moment. Look at the beautiful tiles that Krysia made. She makes every single one of these by hand. The glazes are just beautiful with the color and the shading that she uses. And here you can see the color begin to change a little bit. We're getting now into some more of the greens and the blues. And then here is her plaque for the work itself. This is called Flow, and it's inspired by Georgia rivers. Meandering blue water glass and magical mirror ripples. And then over here there's some tiles that say Cobbham Triangle Park, Athens, Georgia, and then there's Eve Carson's dates. So beautiful. Look at those purple mirror tiles on there. And we'll continue to this section of it over here, where it just continues to flow and meander. And you can see the colors over here are different also. Now we're into some pinks and blues. This is in the shade, so a little bit darker than the other place. And then there's Eve Carson's name again. And another quote from her. And this one says, "What joy it is to search for lessons and goodness and enthusiasm in others." And then this mosaic finishes over here, where the tiles turn more into the yellows and the orange colors. So I'll give you a look at this kind of at a glance. You can see how it curves in a semicircle here. And then over here on the right is that very first part that I just showed you. Now down here on this end of the park, let me spin around for a minute. There are a couple of more benches here. And in the center of the benches is one of Athens' little free libraries. We have these all over town. This one is great. This one was made out of an old newspaper dispenser for our local newspaper called the Athens Banner Herald. And at one time we also had the Athens Daily News in town. And this has a lot of bicycle parts on it. Over here you can see a bicycle wheel, and then up here on its face there's some gears. And then over here on this side there's a chain. And it's got two little hands here, kind of like a man or a person or a robot. There are a couple of books in here, not that many, but I'll open it and show you. It does work. And there's a lot of feathers in there too for some reason. I don't know why, but that's kind of cool. And then down at this end of the park, here's a sculpture of a blue flower. It looks kind of like a sunflower. And I'll come around and show you the face of it. There's a tree in town over on Oneida Street that it had to have been made by the same artist, because it has the same flowers at the top of that tree that this sculpture has. So let me zoom in real quick and show you this. And now I'll show you the rest of the park as I walk up here through it. This circle here in the center has a sculpture in it. And today it has a metal sculpture which is meant to represent an owl. But this sculpture changes from time to time. I think the last time I was here, the sculpture was an eagle. So this one will be a rotating sculpture up here. Let's see if I can get you in on that a little bit better. And then over here is the centerpiece of this park, which is a Harold Rittenberry Jr. sculpture. This one is permanent, and he made this just for this space, which you'll see in a minute. Over here on the left are two more of those chess tables. And there he has the globe up there with the birds. So beautiful. Those appear on a lot of his works. And then let me show you around the back of it, because this is where you can see his signature, and you can see where he made this just for this park. And then down here is his signature. And then more birds. Really beautiful. And then there's the mosaic behind it. So there you have it. This is another little jewel in Athens, Georgia. This would really be worth a special visit just to come over and see. We're not too far up the road from the Grit, so if you're downtown and that's one of the places you like to eat, this is just a short little walk away to come up and enjoy all of this art in such a tiny little spot. You've got sculpture, you've got mosaics, you've got the little free library, all kinds of just beautiful things right here in this tiny little place. So come see us next time you're in Athens. We'd love to have you. Athens is full of beautiful little places like this, and I hope to show them to you on my channel here. So if this is the sort of thing that interests you, either as somebody who lives here or somebody who used to live here or somebody who plans to live here, or just has a curiosity itself about Athens, Georgia, then be sure to watch this channel, because I'll feature as much about Athens as I can right here for you. So I hope you have a good day wherever you are. Take care and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.